Welcome back to the Wall Street Podcast. Today we're doing a deep dive into a Morgan Stanley China Industrials research report. It's titled CIIF Trip Takeaway, Solid Automation Demand Outlook, and it just came out on September 28th, 2025. The core idea here, the mission really, is to unpack their positive outlook on automation, especially the AI-linked equipment. It seems domestic manufacturers are really pushing hard, gaining market share, and broadening what they offer.
That's right. And this analysis comes straight from the ground, from the 2025 China International Industry Fair, the CII. The theme was New Industrialization and Smart Manufacturing Resilience.
Yeah.
And the attendance, well, it hit an estimated 200,000 people.
200,000. Wow, that's the highest it's been in 3 years, right? A huge number for an industrial show. It really shows the momentum.
Absolutely. And what people were focused on was clearly this AI plus trend. The conversation has definitely shifted. It's moved away from, the traditional pre-programmed factory robots.
Towards intelligent robotics, then.
Exactly. Integrated AI is key. We even saw Intel there, highlighting specific solutions for humanoid robotics. So it's getting quite futuristic.
And this optimism, it's showing up in the numbers.
Oh, definitely. Demand looks solid across important areas like batteries, logistics, electronics, semiconductors, machine tools, you name it. The report points to major Chinese players, names like Inovance, Estune, Xinjie. They're all looking at double-digit year-over-year growth for 2025 orders and revenue.
Double-digit growth, okay. And how does that stack up against the global players?
Well, that's the interesting part. It contrasts pretty sharply with the more, let's say, cautious tone coming from many international firms. Chinese companies seem to be gaining ground through speed, those integrated AI solutions, and really focusing on high-growth areas. Think new energy vehicles.
Right, that makes sense. So this market share gain, it's a significant shift. How are the established brands, the European and Japanese ones, responding?
It seems the competitive landscape is, well, it's polarizing a bit. You have European companies like Siemens, ABB, and some Japanese ones like Mizumi, Mitsubishi Electric. They're feeling the pressure to offer more value for money options, basically competing more directly on price.
So moving down market slightly to compete?
In some cases, yes.
Yeah.
But then you have other big Japanese names like Yaskawa Electric or THK, who seem to be doubling down on the high end, focusing purely on maintaining their lead in precision and top-tier segments.
Okay, got it. So if AI is the driving force, where's the actual money, the CapEx, being spent right now? What specific tech areas?
Two main areas really stand out. ADC, that's AI data center equipment, and PCB capital expenditure. Printed circuit boards, management of key suppliers, Hans Laser and circuit photology, microelectronics, for instance, they sounded quite optimistic. They see this PCB CapEx upcycle continuing right into 2026.
And AI infrastructure needs support systems too, right? Like cooling. The report mentioned NVCool.
Exactly. NVCool is right there, developing cooling solutions for these massive new server farms. They're actually expecting to see clear revenue recognition from overseas server-side liquid cooling starting in the second half of 2026. It's essential plumbing for the AI boom, really. Can't run those processors without it.
Makes sense. Let's look ahead a bit. Humanoid robotics keeps coming up. How realistic is the timeline for commercialization based on what the component suppliers are saying?
It seems to be developing fast. Component leaders like Inovance and Schaeffler, they already have products launching. Inovance specifically mentioned their relevant parts are already in mass production. They're targeting small batch orders for 2026.
Small batches in 2026, so not quite mass market yet, but moving that way.
Definitely moving that way. They're expanding capacity too, aiming for something like 400,000 units by 2028. So it's shifting from concept to, well, industrial reality pretty quickly. And, tying this back, this acceleration in intelligent automation, it really does impact daily life for you. Take those high-volume robot shipments. Eston sending maybe 12,000 units this year just to BYD and CATL. That directly boosts efficiency in making new energy vehicles.
Right. 12,000 robots, that speeds things up considerably. And the PCB upcycle you mentioned that hits our gadgets?
Absolutely. The investment in PCBs affects the cost, the performance of your 3C devices,
Right.
computers, communications gear, consumer electronics. Even seemingly niche areas like unmanned forklifts. Anhui Hilly is targeting, Army $6 billion in orders by 2030. That points to faster, smarter logistics, which ultimately means getting goods delivered more efficiently.
Okay, one last thought. The report mentions margin improvements for some Chinese players, helps by maybe limited tariff impacts and this concept of involution measures. Just to clarify for listeners, involution basically refers to that intense internal competition within the Chinese market, forcing extreme efficiency, often through price wars.
Right. Hyper competition driving optimization.
So, the provocative question then for investors is this. If global competitors really lean into this value for money strategy to fight back, will those domestic margin gains we're seeing now actually be sustainable, or could that internal price competition ramp up even more fiercely than expected down the line?